Your misery equals votes. Yes, I said it. Your misery equals votes. It's a really sad fact that in politics today that if a party can keep the majority of the public in misery, then they can sway the way you will vote in an election. The only trick is, keeping their hands clean as they do it, or at least play the game of misdirection when it's being done. We have seen for years now that the Republicans have fought to cut public benefits and in so doing slow the recovery efforts that some have tried to do in Washington. They say we can't afford it, for it's placing the future generations in debt. That's the war cry every time a bill comes to the floor to help out those who are suffering the most in our country. But, dig a little deeper and ask yourself, if this is true, then why are the same politicians supporting billions of dollars in new tanks that even the Pentagon said they don't want or need? Why are we spending billions on new fighter jets that will be mothballed the day they roll off the assembly line? We send billions of taxpayer dollars to crony governments all over the world every year, most of the time never seeing any US support in return. We've made Karzai in Afghanistan a billionaire and he hates us, and more than likely will be just as bad of a dictator once he's done with us. The money is available to help out people in the United States, so why don't they? It's because a suffering voter is a motivated voter. The main talking point, famously coined by Ronald Reagan, still stands true. Are you happier now than you were then, when he was running for re-election? If one party or another can make you feel miserable about your life or the direction of the country, then they can sway your vote, and that's the game. Even if it's not true, you can be made to feel that it is true, through a flood of radio spots, TV ads, and news personalities who have an agenda. Once this is done, they have you, and more importantly your vote. Then, if they have been voted into office through this campaign of misery, will they really try to address your real situation of misery, if it was real to start with? They have to, because if they don't, this style of politics can turn around to bite them. When we listen to politicians, you always have to ask yourself, what's in it for them, personally? Are they really trying to help out the public or just themselves? Always remember that when someone goes to Washington these days, it's a job, and like most people with a job, they will do anything to keep it, especially when most of these people will leave Washington multi-millionaires.